Well, hi there, Internet. My name's Court, and you've got courtside seats for my review of In the Heights. Let's do it. In the Heights is a drama romance musical from director Jon M, Chu and Warner Bros. Based on the stage production of the same name with music and lyrics by Lin Manuel Miranda, the film stars Anthony Ramos, Corey Hawkins, Leslie Grace, Melissa Barrera, Olga Merediz, Jimmy Smits, and Gregory Diaz IV. Usnavi, a sympathetic New York bodega owner, saves every penny every day as he imagines and sings about a better life. Now, I am not a huge musical guy. There are a few that I like. I grew up with West Side Story, which, interestingly, Spielberg's remake of that is the other big musical that's coming out this year, I believe in December. I dig The Phantom, I loved The Book of Mormon. My all-time favorite, though, I've never seen it on stage, but I love the movie, is Little Shop of Horrors. It's Rick Moranis and Steve Martin in a story about an alien man-eating plant set to doo-wop music. What more could you ask for? But I have not seen Hamilton. I know everybody loves it, but still not being huge into musicals, I went into this one a little bit dubious, foolishly. This is a wonderful film. I will say this will be a spoiler-free review. If you want some more spoilery thoughts, Chris and I will be doing a full spoilers review of it on our podcast, Mass Media Hysteria. That'll be up on this channel on Monday, so check back for that if you're into it. Now, I wasn't terribly familiar with most of the cast in this flick, but we'll start with the ones I sort of know. Jimmy Smits, I like. Didn't know he could sing and dance. Now, this being a musical, many of the performances are sort of big and boisterous. His is small and contained and subtle, and I really liked it. Corey Dr. Dre Hawkins has an amazing singing voice and can dance like the devil in the pale moonlight, so that's cool. I want to make note of the two female leads, Leslie Grace as Nina and Melissa Barrera as Vanessa. Both are tremendously talented singers and dancers, and both turn in really nuanced performances as well, with Barrera having a really lovely moment in a number about champagne. And it should also be noted that this is Leslie Grace's first big screen appearance, and I honestly think this will be star-making turns for the both of them. I also really liked Olga Merediz as Abuela Claudia. She's got a solo that'll really hit you in the gut. I don't think she originated the role on stage, but she did play it on Broadway for a couple of years. That's cool. And finally, Anthony Ramos as Usnavi, a very strange name, but when we find out how he got it, I dug it. This dude crushes it. Sure, it's an ensemble film, or it being a musical, maybe I should say company rather than ensemble, but he is ostensibly the lead, and he's fantastic. And I love the look of this movie. It does seem like some of it was shot on a soundstage, but a lot of it is clearly shot on the streets of New York City. The colors pop really nicely, and the movie delivers these little visual moments of whimsy, like long sheets of colored fabric hanging off the rooftops of buildings as Vanessa is imagining her future as a fashion designer. Little animations coming out of the hands and mouths of the singers in another number to sort of accent what they're singing about. Usnavi racking his foot on a manhole to sort of recreate a DJ's record scratch. And finally, a number that takes place on a fire escape. I don't want to talk too much about it because it's so lovely and surreal, as though it were like guest directed by Chris Nolan. Now, speaking of the numbers, there were a couple that didn't do much for me, but overall I really enjoyed most of them. Opening number, there's a number in a pool, there's a number in a club. Now, when looking at me, it may surprise you to learn that I know nothing about dance. Shocking, right? But I was really impressed with the choreography in this flick. It was vibrant, it was energetic, it was so well executed. I certainly couldn't do that. I'd probably hurt myself if I tried. And the entire first half of this movie, I was enjoying it very much. Didn't think it was going to get me there emotionally. Well, it did in the second half like 2 or 3 times. I got totally choked up. There's a reveal at the end of the movie that's a total gut punch in the best possible way, and weirdly a little bit usual suspects. But since we're talking about the back half, let's get into the few negatives that I have about this movie. It's pretty long. It's 2.5 hours. I'm not sure it needed to be. It did lose me at times. And it does slow down considerably in the latter half of the second act and early in the third. This is where the movie really kind of delves into its conflict, and it does sort of sacrifice the momentum a little bit. It all does get paid off, but I wonder if the movie would have worked a little bit better if it were maybe 15 minutes shorter. And yeah, it does get pretty cheesy, but it's a musical. They do that sometimes. There's something about a bunch of people arbitrarily launching into a fully choreographed dance with harmonies and rhymes that just doesn't sit quite right with me all the time. It just feels a little silly. But again, that's musicals for you. I was expecting it going in. I also found that some of the lip syncing was off. Not in terms of like it doesn't match what they're saying as far as timing, but more like in the soundtrack, what you're hearing, the performances are big and loud and they're playing to the back of the room, whereas what we see on screen kind of looks like the people are just sort of talking nonchalantly, and it doesn't really quite work. But those nitpicks aside, I was surprised by how much I enjoyed this film. It's fun, it's vivacious, the numbers are really strong, the acting's really great. It being as long as it is, I'm not sure I would watch it again anytime soon, but I'm honestly really glad that I saw it, and I would not be shocked if this gets a Best Picture nomination. Wouldn't be shocked at all. Now, I don't have a proprietary rating system as of yet, so I'm just trying to figure out what I'm gonna give In the Heights, and I think I'm gonna give In the Heights a
I am inimitable, I am an original, and if there's a reason I'm still alive
out of 10. So now I want to know, have you seen In the Heights? What did you think about it? What is your favorite movie musical of all time? Whatever your thoughts, hit the comments below. Let's discuss. If you enjoyed this review, please smash that like button and give it a share if you really enjoyed it. That just helps the video get out to more people, helps the channel grow. I appreciate it very much. And hey, why not take a second, do me a favor, click subscribe and ring that bell to subscribe to my channel for more movie reviews, entertainment news, trailer reactions, all that good stuff. Hope you guys are all safe and healthy. Thanks very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Take care.